There was a question, right? So when to use accuracy, performance, F1 score, where we were also discussing on supervised and unsupervised. So F1 score is used with more false negatives or false positive, which is very crucial. And F1 score is better metric when you have some imbalanced data available for you. Basically, F1 score, you can use it in medical diagnosis. That's a good example for it. Where you have some, whether it is a false positive or false. If the other way around, it's true positive, true negative, you can go for an accuracy option. It's a simple high-level differentiation we can give. Right. Okay. So now, moving on to the next option. So building AI solutions using ML APIs. Now, I'm not good at SQL. So I'm not good at creating a machine learning model. So I do not know much programming or any of it. But still, I want to predict.
Gone. All right.
Some machine learning, what I can do.
Let us resume.
So the team
right,
which
as
knows
you can
SQL,
see my
creating
instance, and you see how long it took my instance to actually run.
Hyperparameters, creating models, all those they can use BigQuery
to actually run.
But there is a team,
right?
or an
11:10
individual
is when
who
I
doesn't have any of this
so
expertise.
Good 20, almost. No, that was the last.
But still, they
update
want
there.
to go for.
Alrighty. So
their
is
predictions
my,
on it. They want to use an ML methodology.
Instance.
Does
right,
Google
Cloud
Cloud Platform provides it for you? Yes,
now,
we do that.
Let me.
And that's where we have some pre-trained machine learning APIs available for you.
The beginning here.
So now,
when
we know what is pre-trained machine learning
console here.
We know what is
I
API,
want to actually get into the developer
development console here. Is already being trained by Google Platform. Before getting into slides, just we'll have a high-low. It's very simple topic.
I hate it when I have to remember my password. And continue.
So we have pre-trained
and continue.
Which is already trained by Google Cloud Platform for longer time, and you're directly going to use it. No coding, no knowledge,
has some
learning,
for services,
model creation. No, just you have your data set. That's it. Rest all things without having any prior knowledge of any of these aspects.
What's going on here? So something's going on with my data fusions. And it's probably because
where you can integrate with
started
your application
a new project
to get an appropriate,
and I did not give
predictions for it. Can you name some of
access
the pre-trained APIs that we use it in our day-to-day activities?
Day-to-day or yep. Okay.
Any pre-trained APIs from Google?
I gotta troubleshoot that, but I'm not gonna have you guys wait for it.
Google Maps.
Alrighty. And I think I know what my problem is here.
That's great.
Because I
do
some not give any access to data fusion inside of my security yet.
Vice versa, text to speech.
Nope, nothing with data fusion as far as the roles. So I see exactly what's going on there, but I'm not going to have you guys wait for it. Okay. In the data fusion
API is more towards.
This is what my window, the studio that I was clicking on looks like.
I have an image.
This is what Google the studio looks like when you click in and it opens
APIs
up
are being
window
used in most of Google.
Alrighty.
Google
sources,
like in
right?
Gmail,
you got your sources. You have your syncs,
Google Drive,
which is your destination.
Google Photos, YouTube. So you
use
it already.
All of our different sources here, we can drag out
Google is
sources.
Google has been managing.
We do our you look at the transformations down here.
More than 2 decades
your
now,
sources,
almost 2
you got your
decades.
transformations.
Google
if you want to do any analytics,
and
then your destinations. And down here we have our error handles.
Right?
So we're
like Vision AI for images. You upload an image
in our environment. Now,
the insights of this image.
if I would have opened my
happy or
my data fusion, I wouldn't have been able to do much
which locations they are and what is
I don't actually have anything created in that project as far as sources.
All these you get it right.
I don't have
like
any
is what we talk
storage buckets created.
OCR,
I don't have any databases deployed. I actually just started that project this morning. So I'm still
similarly we have
all right, as far as the project itself. But let me go back here so you can see you are getting a visual option. Now, I'll tell you something else.
Some of the security.
I've never seen a data view question on a PDE exam.
Process.
All right. I've never seen a data fusion question on a PDE exam. So the last exam that I saw a data fusion question on was the ACE exam. All right.
There's a campaign going on
because it talked about wanting to transform data, but you didn't know how to program.
Video intelligence.
Right?
So just upload a video.
Google's assumption is if you're at the PDE level, you know how to program. And you know how to configure, and you're getting into all of the configuration levels.
You're not going to make any changes to it.
The assumption is
just push
you've gone to the ACE, you've gone to the PCA, now you're at the PDE level. Now you're at the professional, at the expert level of looking at all of your data. And you are a data engineer. So their assumption is that you know how to program, right? So if you don't have any data fusion questions on your exam, where are the questions coming from? They're going to be data flow. All right. You'll probably have 1 or 2 or maybe even 3 questions on data flow for your exam. All right. You'll have the data flow. And when we get to data flow tomorrow, I'll show you which questions I had on my exam, on my last exam on data flow. All righty. And we'll take a look at that.
Yeah, but so these are some of those
we have here inside of our basically our visual environment, right? We've got a visual environment for and here, right, for our
most powerful
CDAP, okay, operational based, okay, this CDAP we talked about, open source for pipelines,
simple model.
Data prep, not a Google product, and then tomorrow is going to be data
real-time
video
processing 24/7 across multiple
nodes. This
nodes.
is the assumption that Google has of where you all are right now.
Say across restaurants or for security.
Okay. Yeah. So,
but we can train the model.
ETL.
For example, if you just take home automation, this will take an example.
Why do I say more automation? Because
when an object moves, you get an alarm for
the sketch notes.
That's a security aspect.
And everybody
finds some object, a movable object.
For the sketch notes, and the link is right there in the slide again. But
it can be
these sketch notes
very simple.
Give you your nice, concise.
You're not going to find the insights. What is that object moving? It can be a cat,
explanations
or a dog,
on,
or a human. That's
hey, this is what this product is, and this is what it does.
Average,
right? This is what the product is, and this is what it does.
Then if you just get into deep dive
of
into classifying that specific video, then image and all the stuff.
I don't want that one. Let me go to my GitHub here.
It means more.
You have one on your storage also. When I say one, I mean Sketchnote. Right, and you can kind of go down here.
Yeah, we can, no problem.
Cloud storage.
Today's session might be a short, so no problem.
Okay, we're getting ready to do Composer next. You've got
how much you're using it.
All right, Composer's next.
That's simple.
We're going to talk about PubSub. We got PubSub in there. All righty.
So here slides have very few formats because there's nothing much technical to talk about that in the
transfer. There we go. Your data transfer
has already been trained.
Okay, your data transfer options that we
what
just
type of
went
content
through.
You can just manage it is what you're going to do.
Right, you've got your data transfer options here, right?
So translation
transfer
API,
service, transfer
just
appliance,
detect the language,
the storage transfer.
You want to
service,
translate from here to
the
there, okay, so all that
GS tools, transfer tools, right? Your
Same
GS
way,
util,
accurately convert the speech into text, text to speech,
right? Nice and clear,
audio
nice, concise information.
Voice,
and links
natural
to
language
all of Google's other
based
documentation.
on, for example, you have a campaign that is talking. So you just
I don't want to say best, but this is the first place I would start when I'm trying to pick up a technology.
Whether it is positive or it is
hey, I want to understand Anthos.
You can analyze the
entities, let me find the Anthos thing.
Sentiment offered.
Show me exactly what it is.
Classify the
this
content.
Is what it is. This is what it does.
Happy
here's a video.
or angry, or
here's some nice concise stuff.
Here's
the links to all of the other.
Is it achievable? So any of
Google
that.
documentation.
So all this you can just work with. It's purely depending upon what is your evaluation.
So everything you need,
so
you've got
what base you're going
right.
to
Everything you need,
you choose.
You've got it.
I want to know whether this is a positive speech or it's going to be more negative.
So
or
data fusion.
These ways you can just
all right. I doubt you'll see a data fusion
mostly used in healthcare. Healthcare natural language API is available for you. Usually transcripts medical concepts like medications, procedures, medical conditions. So AI is making its major impact in the medical solutions field as well.
Hi, Santa. Sorry to interrupt.
No
See,
problem.
these are just the APIs that can be used anywhere in our programs.
Correct.
Is it like, they can be used only when for building a model?
No. We are not going to build any models. You have a raw data, your application, just integrate with that. It's just everything automatically done for you with the script in the back.
So it's just that if I'm doing some project work, say if I'm working for healthcare organization,
right?
So I can just call relevant API and do the transcriptions.
That's it. Simple.
Just like a regular Java API calls.
Correct. That's right. Right. And why we bring this is because my team does not have much experience on ML model creation and stuff. So still they want to do the job. That is in this example is insulin regimen human. So it finds the keyword, okay, insulin. So where it comes from, it's for diabetic. Okay, whenever it is. So all these by default you get those with one single click for you. Nothing much to do.
Okay, so it's just kind of API management kind of stuff.
Correct. You're right. Okay. Whether it is high dosage, thank you. So it's low dosage or it's on right dosage as per your medical. So all this, it's all purely the pre-trained APIs that you can integrate. That's it. Simple. All right. Same way like document AI. Takes an image, it finds the keywords, gives the insights offered. So all those informations it provides it, right? So male or female, where is the date of birth, married or single, or what is the emergency contact number, whom. So you just give the document, right? Everything's been. That's where you can see in most of the today's medical options, they just scan the prescriptions. That's it. AI is going to do the backend for that. So you just scan the prescriptions, you just leave. Rest of things is taken care by AI and it just highlights, okay, this is right, this is perfect. Yes. You can call the APIs for your X-ray or ultrasonic images and you can process in several options as well. Yeah, we can do that. So we have some pipelining options like multiple APIs. It doesn't mean that you have to use one of the API to your programming. No, we have multiple APIs can get integrated like image screening, then get into there's a vision API, then get into those healthcare options, find what's relevant to that. So we cannot achieve this in using one single API for it, right? So you can integrate multiple pre-trained APIs associated. That's the right. Get the vision API, try to classify the image, get the medical option, see how things work. Right. Okay. So you just upload an image, it shows which location it is actually. Right. So if you have any text in the image, then what you can do here is remove the text, just highlight the text, get into natural language classifier, see the text, convert that language to the known language that you needed, find the insights of it. So we can integrate multiple APIs for that to work. Right. So this Cloud Vision AI, images, if you have any text in the image, logos, popular location, properties of that image, and also the sentiments on this image all will be taken into account. Right. Okay. And we have separate retail API for business APIs. Separate channels available for this. So can have high quality product search for your retail business needs. So you can have, that is where the recommendation AI comes in when you go for a retail option. So those who buy this as well, right? So these are retail APIs that have been used in retail business as well. In most of the production environment, we use visual inspection API, where, for example, they have taken an PCB board manufacturing. One of the components has not been properly placed, or that's not the right place to place a component. So when it just runs on these images, it can easily identify that. So it gives an feedback on the production environment, so to detect those abnormalities. So it's been used in various industries, and we choose one of that to get into that as well. Right. So often APIs may be used as a part of a pipeline. So like how there was a question, right? So your application pipeline, just integrate this, get your result. You can customize your results as per your requirement, what you're looking for, and you can work on that as well. Right. All these are very simple options. So so we can build an end-to-end data capture pipeline using. Okay, so all this you can work it for free. So text to speech, speech to text, natural language classify, all these are available for free. You can just initiate it, just upload a paragraph on it, just see what's it trying to say and how to classify and so forth. Can these APIs be customized further? These are pre-trained APIs. These pre-trained APIs, we cannot customize it actually. All these are Google Cloud, Google's fully managed services, which we cannot customize that. Maybe we can customize the results what we need it as per our requirement. That's the idea. Or otherwise, you have an option to create your own models. Now, let us think. I do not have any experience on this, but still I want to customize as per your requirement. That's where the next option, AutoML comes into picture, right? It answers your question. So when you bring AutoML, of course, I do not have any, I don't have any experience, but still if I want to customize it, I'll bring Vertex AI to that. I want to customize as per my requirement. Okay, good. So we bring AutoML, where automatically the machine learning models and everything is pipeline has been automatically with Google Cloud. I need some customization. Bring it to Vertex AI, associate to that, work on. Right. The libraries of these APIs. Okay, so it's very simple. So maybe you just go for Google, maybe Vision API. So you get this. So you can try this here. So you just draw an image. Maybe I'll just show that. I'll just check this here. Hope it does not ask my credit card or any of that, right? Let's see what's timed. Okay, so now I just brought an image. It tells that definitely it's a product. Okay, we have some font. It's rectangular in shape, so it's a screenshot. 81% matches with the screenshot. Actually, it's a screenshot. Actually, I had some issue with my lab, so I just tried to raise a request. There is a ticket on it yesterday, last night. So of course, it deals with software. Technology, multimedia, web page, some electronic device, logo is available there, numbers are available. It's a computer program, so you get this. Huh? So you have circles, hexagon, rectangle, all this, right? So you can just use it, right? Maybe if I just want to customize, what customization I can do it on? Specifically, I'll just click on logos, right? So what does it do is it just picked the logo of Google here. So from the small tab, you can see how tiny it is, the image, but it tries to pick from there. And it tells that it's Google Cloud Platform, 95% matches with that. right? Now, if I just focus on the text, okay, I can see the text. So improve data quality from Google CX. So it just gives those blogs, blog by blog, which one it is. So if you just click on this, it just tells that your language is in English, EM. So it can identify the language which is available for you there. So yeah, so that's the link. It just takes the link out of it. So if you just click on that, so it just tells that it's a link for you. So cloud dash. So it just takes each and every data in it. So these options you have. Right. Same with the properties. Aspect ratio, it's an image, so it takes an 1:2 aspect ratio for it. Right, 1 and 2. So safe search, very unlikely spoof, no medical, no violence, no anything. It gives all those options for it. Right. So if you want to see JSON request on it, this is what it shows. So whatever we have did for maybe logos, so you have JSON and JSON file. Type, face detection, object location, landmark detection, it finds this, all this works. It's logo, it's built-in image properties. So all this is what it's using in the backend for it. So this way, you can just pick multiple APIs on that. Sorry. Same way. So for X-rays, ultrasound, what should I use? Well, same. I don't have any of the image of that. You can just do that. And what you do it is, you use, once you do that, so you can incorporate, you can associate the medical APIs from this API. Where is that? Sorry, I missed it somewhere. So healthcare natural language API for you for finding those options. I think we have some different options. So vision one. Initially vision one, find the image intent. From that you have to export or you have to associate on other API, like medical vision API or medical prescription APIs. That will take that image from a medical perspective. That's the idea. Right? Language translator. I'll just check whether this works. Translating. Cloud translation API. Keys on that. Because some of those APIs are not for free. So. Okay. Maybe you have a request option to demo. Check whether it is asking for pricing. It takes console. Okay. So you enable this API. Insert tab, I will just choose this. Okay, I'll use one of these building options. So I can choose of this. Natural language. It's not provided. And they have to pay $1,000 initially for that. That's okay. I think it's not going to allow me. So, okay. So Google was building something on retina image, right? Recent updation. I think it's in the beta version now. Recently, just a second. Yeah. So if you specifically want to, if you're not okay with healthcare, natural language API, or any of that, or prescription and stuff, you can create your own model using Vertex AI or ML options and through which you can. You don't share the learning labs link. All those learning labs, links, videos, everything is all available in your partner cloud skills boost or Google Path 84. So you have all your 14 activities. Each of those activities is a separate course, which has pre-recorded videos, labs, quiz, demo for the labs is also available. So we talk about this lab for 5 minutes and we'll just explain this is what we are actually going to do it and this is how we're going to achieve it. That's the end of that specific lab information and stuff. So that will be more useful when you just get into partner cloud skills boost. Okay. Right. So now, yeah, that's where we have pre-trained APIs. So we have BigQuery ML. I have some knowledge on SQL. I can create my own models, or I want to just use BigQuery ML to do that. Okay, I have all this knowledge. I can do it. So I don't know about SQL, or I don't have any prior information options about ML and stuff. We do what I do. We have a pre-trained. Now, it's a kind of, I know the informations, but I do not want to spend much time on creating models and stuff. What I can do on it. I have my data, right? It's already available for me to do it. So how I get that? Okay, go for an auto ML, no code solution or low code solutions. Basically, we call it as no code. But there are some scenario where I want to customize what I can do. We have answers for all that. And that's what we're going to discuss in this section. All right. Okay. Now, when we talk about, before getting into this actual slides, what is AutoML? Very simple. It's a fully managed service from Google Cloud Platform. It's Google Cloud Platform's native product, AutoML, which automates the process of applying machine learning to your real world problems that you have. That's the idea behind it. It acts like your human brain. It allows quick creation of ML models automatically as per your requirement, as per your challenge. So it's in production ready solutions for you, automatically scales up. How much of your data you want to bring in, no problem, it automatically scales. Computation power resources like TPUs, GPUs are automatically being provided by Google Cloud Platform, like a PaaS offering it is, right? And for customers with no labeled training images, in-house human interruptions and label ad are available for it. So you can provide. You can label your image, no problem. Label it. That's it. You do not want to label it? Okay. Keep it. We'll do it with grouping options and stuff. For quicker development of prototype, is it good to say? Amazing. AutoML is the best option. If you want to create a quick creation of prototype of machine learning models and stuff, AutoML is one of the best options for business users. Later, if you want to customize, you can do that. Complete customization. You have a choice to do it with AutoML. That's a great advantage of it. So, what does it do? Okay, before getting into this, if you ask me, we know that AutoML is automated. What it is automated, right? So we'll just see the usual ML pipeline and a very is a node. So data is ready. So you have data readiness. Then comes, you just bring your feature engineering. Then you train. Create a model. Unit as per your requirement. Run it on any of edge devices. I want to run it on iOS, Android, or specific machines. Okay. Monitor and manage it. For models. This is the usual. These are some of the we call it as ML pipeline. I think I would have missed something, but these are the major components of your ML pipeline.
Look at the one down here for the pub sub.
You have a data readiness option.
Alrighty, for the pub sub.
Use
I don't know why I put a check
for,
there. Okay.
Managing things.
You see where it says set a destination to pub sub
after
to
training,
immediately
model is
respond
created,
to a log export.
Requirement,
right.
Run it on some edge devices. Monitor it.
What was my question?
Okay.
Okay.
Now,
my scenario question was,
what does AutoML do?
You are monitoring, okay? You've got activities or something running in.
Does everything.
Did I even write that down? See, now I've got to go here. Let me see if I
this is
actually had
completely. You just put
when
the raw data.
Functions and,
all these
spelling actually counts when you're
like
looking for stuff.
training the
Functions,
data,
functions.
creating a model, tuning it as per a requirement. It's completely abstract.
Let's see.
Now, once done, you have an option to choose where
Nope, that wasn't it.
you want it. Point and manage. Simple. Without AutoML,
my scenario
pipeline is very huge. It takes a long time for you to prepare.
That I wanted to monitor one of my resources, but I wanted to be able to respond in real time when certain things happened. Alrighty. Or certain events were logged. I wanted to be able to respond in real time. The scenario that was in
any reference of best practice on how to
I
monitor
had to
the
set
performance
up
of
a
the
log sync. Alrighty. So my log sync went to PubSub.
We have
remember,
that.
PubSub is your messaging. Alrighty. PubSub is your messaging. So, I had to set up a log sync.
I think when you're
PubSub
doing one of
and
those,
then set up a function
options, you get
to
the
evaluate because functions get triggered on an event, right? Get triggered on an event and then set up a function to monitor every time that message or that log information came in to evaluate for a certain value, right? And remember, with our
let us take the same example as we started the session. We have ABC company. They have a business use case. So they are first time into ML project. What they can do? Of course, first time, they don't have much expertise on it. Good. AutoML plays a very important role. Right. Now, BigQuery, we were using structured data. What about AutoML? Should the data to be structured? What we can do? BigQuery supports tabular model, right? What about AutoML? So I have these options, right? I have pre-trained API. I have AutoML. I have BigQuery, Vertex A or customize option. Custom. Now, BigQuery ML standalone. Now, let us assume in this way. I have some ideas. I have SQL. I know SQL. I can work with BigQuery, but my raw data is not tabular. I have images, videos to work with. What I can do now. Rest all these options can accommodate video, tabular, same here, unstructured data, same here. Most of your social medias are unstructured. So now, based on your preference, tabular, SQL, BigQuery. It's not tabular, unstructured, where I can do it. Do I have experience? No. Pre-trained. I have an option to customize, but I need Google Cloud to run at the backend. What I know. I need a completely customized, I need more control on my machine learning models that I'm creating it. Go for a custom option. So you have various offerings from Google Cloud Platform to offer this. Very simple. Right? So this is what it's going to do. So now when you talk about AutoML, the pipeline is like this. Data can be any of this. Structure, unstructured, streaming. Perfect. Now what do you do? For data preparation, feature engineering, and the handling. Machine learning model. Fine. Then you tune it using Habitat. Simple pipeline.
So in this case, feature engineering is because we are building a custom model.
Correct. If you want to build a custom model, you have a feature engineering. Otherwise, not required. And this is where this custom model we are bringing Vertex AI integrated. Okay.
For data preparation, I think this, if you look at the data sources, it is almost every data, right, including streaming and structure. What are the tools associated for data preparation? Are there any?
Yeah, so we have
specific ones.
Yeah, we have specific services like if you can create a pipeline and you can prepare the data for the next process, like data flow. That's a good option.
Oh, okay, that's data services.
Okay. So even you have one amazing data called as data prep, data preparation. You can have a separate, and also of course PubSub can help that option.
So until data preparation, it's going to be sorry, Santa. So until data preparation, it's going to be general cloud services, respective of AI and ML, and then it goes to feature engineering.
Correct. In feature engineering, we incorporate Vertex AI's AutoML model. As per your options, you customize it. Create an ML model, tune using your hyper.
I've seen a question on the
or
trace.
Otherwise, I do not have any customization.
Okay.
No problem. Provided auto
You have
ML.
trace
uses
and you
all
have
this data
profiler, and
stuff,
sometimes people will get these two mixed
you
up.
just sit back and relax and
Alrighty.
see how
The profiler tells you overall, this is how much resources this application is taking.
Okay.
Well, let's look at it this way, right? The thing that we all hated in school
now,
and probably still hated at work are group projects. Why? Because someone is always dragging the group down, right? Someone's always not pulling their weight. The profiler will tell you how long it took for that group to finish their project.
So ML flow is
the trace will show you inside individually.
So AutoML is Google Cloud's native product. But typically, if you ask me, what is ML flow? ML flow is like ML and GenAI makes things simple, and you can run ML on your generative AI projects. We call it as an ML flow for them. That's an open source. So AutoML, okay, AutoML is a machine learning model you created. You can associate this with GenAI as well. That's the generative AIs like Vertex AI and other stuff together. Right. So some information that I want to share it with you. So now it makes things very simple. So when you just ingest the data, train the model, so training everything AutoML does, that's an icon for AutoML, like hexagonal option. It automatically trains your model and automatically search through some of Google's models, like it does it on linear, logistic, DNN, like deep neural networks, all this, it does it. We evaluate it, which model behavior you need, deploy. That's the thing. So much faster, as we discussed in the first initial option. AutoML is built on neural architecture, so you have weightage, you have multiple options, 20K times it iterates to find the more accurate model automatically, and it's very quick as well. So these are automatic search models. It just searches on all these models for you. If you want to customize on a specific options, you have a choice to do that. That's the idea. So AutoML is not only automatic. You can just give an automatic options to work on it, or you can just choose it. When you go for AutoML, it'll ask you. I'll just tell you. Maybe my screen is not available for quick labs today. I'll just tell you how that works. When you just go for Vertex AI automotive option, it'll ask you, create a data set. You choose image, tabular, text, or video. Right. Now, if I choose tabular, I have regression, classification, or forecasting option. If you choose regression or a classification, then it predicts based on the target values. So when you just go to the dashboard of AutoML, you have these options to choose. And it asks you source from where you want to bring the data. Do you want to upload CSV files from your local machine, or you have your CSV file from your cloud storage, right? Or you have a BigQuery table. Could I take a data from your BigQuery table? What type of data sets you want to choose, right? And then you have this analyze option. When you go for analyze option, then it will ask you on what basis you want to analyze it. So because I don't have this console to show you, so that's how it works. So when you go for analyzing, you choose which one of these options to analyze it. Based on the choices you choose, you'll automatically get this option suitable. Right. It is of 4 stages. Go to the console, click on create data set. It'll ask you whether it is image or tabular or text or video. Choose something, maybe an image or a tabular, or where you want to incorporate that. Then you have an analyze option very nearby. Click on analyze, it gives you options. Choose that, work on. And you can, and finally, it just tells train the new model option. Just click on that and it trains the model. If you just go to the model, you can see your model is available there. That's the idea. So this step-by-step process available for you on the console for you. So that will be very simple for you to manage as per your requirement. Okay. Right. Oh, sorry. Screenshots is available here. I didn't even know that. Really sorry. I can show that for you. So this is how it is. So just get into that. So you get image, tabular, text, videos. When you go for image, it has image classification, multi-labeling or single label or object or segmentation options. In which region you want to create it. If you just go for tabular again, you'll be having some options like forecasting or regression classification. If you choose regression classification, again, the other way, it goes from where you want to get those data sets and stuff, right? So yeah, it's shown here. Tabular, regression classification, forecasting, and text classification, single label or entity or sentiment analysis, video, whether it is action recognition or classification, object tracking, and import your data. This is what I was talking about. Sorry, I didn't know that. There's a option. So when you import it, upload image from your computer or files from computer or cloud storage or any of that. You can add up to 500 images per upload. For one single upload, you can add up to 500 images. That's a limitations we have it. Okay, right. It will pre-process and store it in cloud storage. From cloud storage, it gets associated here. Then you have an once you import it, we can just view data grid. Okay. So input files like JSON lines you have. Now that you have a training method. Dataset, which dataset choose? What is annotation test? Whether you want to go for AutoML or you need a custom training. Here is where you can choose a custom training if you need any specific options for you to work on that, right? And choose where you want to use this model, whether you want to run it on cloud or in edge, any edge devices like iOS, Android devices, or any of that to work on. So here is where do you want data to split random or you want to move manual? Like for example, you see for you train the data with 80% data sets, use 10% for validation, 10% to test. So this manually you can change that if you need it, or just give it to AutoML with a vertex A. It just takes a random numbers for it. Okay. Then you, of course, if you go for custom split, you can just choose a custom split. Then it gives, okay, 13 available in training, 4 in validation, 3 in test. So I can just click on train new model at the top, and I can analyze it from here as well. So visualization type, what color mapping unit. So we have multiple options where you need higher accuracy or best trade-off or faster prediction. Which one that you needed, you can choose that. So custom training, AutoML Edge, AutoML budget, how many nodes per hour. Anyway, you're going to pay for it, right? So you have a pricing guide for you, and based on the regions what you chose, and finally it gives you a matrix for you, how much percentage been associated. So you can evaluate, deploy and test, batch predictions. So all these options are. This is how it looks like. Screen. So no worries. So in an ideal splitting option for AutoML, the ideal splitting is 80-10-10. That's a good option. Right. That's okay. It depends again. So as we discussed, you can also train the models on the edge devices, like iOS, Android, and Raspberry Pi and interface. So we have an amazing lab for you. Maybe in module 1 or module 2, I think so. So damaged car parts with Vertex AI. So these are some of those informations I want to share. Simple. Synthetic data.
So, yeah, Santa, just one thing, sorry to interrupt. So how does end-to-end, see, once we deploy the model, I mean, once the prediction is over, what is the next step actually? Do we normally integrate with?
So okay, I think we lost him. I think yeah. Yes,
yeah, just wanted to check, how is it going to look like, when we think from a overall end-to-end ML project perspective? Is it going to be like, once we complete the prediction, we normally
you can integrate with other APIs, yeah. Now you have created a machine learning model. A training model is ready for you, right?
Okay.
So now you can integrate with your using APIs. You can integrate with your existing options, and you can use this training model to predict.
So basically, let's say if I have some application, I can just take these predictions as input and then build a UI for the end reviewers.
Correct.
Okay. And what do we call? Do we call them as endpoints, or is there any technical term to describe them, Shanta? At the process of integrating output, I mean the predictions of the model, and the application.
Yeah, we call it as endpoints. Endpoints is a technical term for it. Endpoint API. Endpoint is a service for you to work with for integration. It's a Google Cloud service for you. Okay, is there any APIs for synthetic data creation? Yeah, you can use that with Vertex AI. We don't have any specific API for it, but we can use synthetic data generation using generative AIs. Like GPT, I think you would have heard about GPT, generative pre-trained transformer methodology. Those options as well. Yeah. You can use Vertex AI to backend for it. Okay. So just integrate with them back in the API, correct? API endpoints, right? Fine. So now life is simple. We have BigQuery ML. We have Auto ML also associated with. For custom trainings, we associated with Vertex AI as well. Now,
then I go next. Okay, when do you want to see the emails? Now, these percentages are just there. You can change them to whatever you want. All right, it just gives us something to start with. Stop that.
Okay. So before getting into some of that, so Vertex AI would help in that as well. Yeah.
Sure. And all it's going to do is just send you a email notification or whatever type of notification you want.
I think
hey, you're reaching your budget. You're 50%, 40%, 90%, whatever of your budget.
But
if you go over the budget, it's going to let you keep going.
Talk about
all right, it's going to let you keep going.
Very,
the only way to have
so we're not going to have a long break today.
Is if I go into my IAM we'll come back, and then I go all the way to the bottom on the left.
I think that will be the end of today's session as well. Right.
Sorry about
so that we can see.
Right. I wanted that whole thing.
What happens? There are
and
some
then I
limitations
scroll down here on my quotas
where.
If I set a quota somewhere, now a quota is a hard limit.
Those limitations as well.
Okay, a quota is a hard limit. You might go into the store and say, hey, I'm only going to spend X on presence,
there are some
limitations
or
whatever.
CI,
this is my budget, and you can go over your budget. So, but if your credit card has a hard limit, you can't charge past that. All right, you can't charge past that. Okay, so that's the difference. A budget is something that you are putting in place.
So, for example,
right, a hard limit is going to stop the resources.
Slides is done for
so with your budgets, we can set up a budget.
Slides doesn't have much
and
options. So we
with
have
this
seen
billing
three
budget,
options.
real quick,
One is
email notifications, righty? And we're looking at, hey, with the budget, I want to do this over a specific period for a specific resource or whatever, right? I'm doing my services. I set it up. I set up what my percentages are going to be. The screenshots that I did earlier, right? What's your amount? Okay. The scope here is when we actually pick our projects and or our services. But then the actions is when we get to actually specify, hey, you know, I want to be notified when I get to a certain amount, right? I want to be notified when I get to a certain amount. And these are the actual alerts. Let me go forward real quick. This is what we see here, righty? This is what we see. And then below this slide was when we can specify, you know, the types of notifications, right? I want to do an email, this, that, or the other, all right? This is looking at the budgeting and alerts. Okay, this is looking at the budget and alerts, but then, whoops, wrong one. Okay, this is the screen here, right? This is dealing with our alerts. Okay, and then last but certainly not least, we can do the exports, right? This is where I showed you back to our billing. We're going to look at the exports here, then take another break. Okay, and let's go over here to our exports, billing export. Remember, BigQuery is already set up to deal with your exports. Okay, BigQuery, BigQuery, BigQuery. And what happens when we set up our export to BigQuery and it gives us a couple different enabling? Each one of these is a table. All right, it's recommended that you do not mess with those tables. All right, it creates a data set in BigQuery. When it says mess with, don't change the tables or alter them, because that'll stop the automatic synchronization. Why? Because it's not the same thing now. All right, you've changed it. So it creates a data set with these tables. And now, okay, and this is turning it on, right? You want to enable, enable, enable. Right? Turn it on, table 1, table 2, table 3. Okay, go back real quick. Table 1, table 2, table 3. Right? We want to get these things enabled. And so now we will have tables of information. What do you mean tables? Tables of information. All your columns. Hey, I want to do costs. I want to take a look at all kinds of different things. Right? We can set all of these up. All right, we set all of these up, all of these tables now, and now we can query and do all types of analytics on this data set. And then from the analytics and things that we actually create, we have our reporting, which we can do our nice charts and graphs and take a look at costs based on resources and all the other stuff and whatever we need. Okay, and whatever type of display we want. Okay, good, good, good. All right, let's take another 15-minute, and then we will conclude, wrap it up for the day. All right, take another, take another. I'll be back also. Now it's time for decaf tea.
Right. Now, you have highly customized environment the other side. You have pre-trained APIs the other side. This is fully custom. This is fully automated. Now, where does BigQuery ML? BigQuery ML is in the middle of this. Familiar with SQL? So it is not completely automated. It's not completely customized. So partially automated, partially customized. We are not going to create a complete machine learning pipeline like fully customized option, or you're not going to sit back and relax what pre-trained APIs do. BigQuery ML does some of the pipelining options. You customize it as per requirement. So BigQuery ML is a way to easily build machine learning models that we have here. Right. So, great. So these are some of those information listed in this topic, today's topic. That's the actual takeaway from this topic.
So to summarize, sorry, one second. So to summarize, BigQuery is partially automated, and also it allows to customize.
Correct. So how it is partially automated, if you ask me?
Yeah.
So this is this way. So what happened is, we just go back to the options. So it is not complete pipeline, you're not going to do it. So most of things are taken care by BigQuery ML at the back end. We have a few pipelines to work on it. That's it.
Okay.
So data set, create a model, evaluate it, predict it. So that's what we're talking about. Some things automatic and few things we are going to customize. That's good. So if I do not want to do any of this, pre-trained APIs. I want to do this, but I don't have much knowledge on SQL. I do not know SQL and stuff. My data is not structured. It should be in video, audio, images, all of that. How I'm going to do that? Of course, I have AutoML, where I can do for predictions. Whereas the other side, I have custom. If I need a customization, I can customize it as well. That's the idea. Sorry. So that's all. So this is the summary what we have seen so far. Okay. Any questions? So these were. Okay, great. Hope you got some information in today's topic. So please make sure the workshop sessions is meant for high-level discussion and introducing some of the core components on a high-level way. The actual topics, technical information is very briefly introduced in Partner Cloud Skills post. Okay, so please make sure to complete all those videos, labs in it, which will give you more information on these topics as well. Great. So hope you enjoyed the session. Hope you got some information in today's discussion actually. Right. So in next topic, mostly we're discussing about some pipelining options like data flow, data proc on a very high level, and we're going to deep dive into some of those concepts on machine learning models and creations as well. Right. Hope this session would have been helpful for you. Even though we are signing off a bit early, because that's how the weightage. We have, actually it should be 6 sessions. We have 8 sessions, so that we have a lot of options to discuss. That's the actual idea behind keeping the sessions running. Okay. Anybody has any questions?
Yeah, one thing. Are there any case studies or customer success stories? When it comes to
Yes. We have. I think that link is not there. So there is. So we have. On GCP ML, I had that. So we have who the customer is using and what is their case study. To a certain extent, they will reveal on it. Maybe I'll just share this to you. This might be useful. Some of the customers. So they are using AI and how they can get it. So these are some of our customers who has already been incorporated extensively on machine learning and AI for us. So we have a few more, and you can just get into one of them. For example, Reka, the empowering organization of data drives and stuff. So you can just see what this organization is about, how they have incorporated generative AI in Vertex AI or any of the product they're using it, and what are the challenges they had it, and how it's been managed, and which location they are. So those informations to a certain extent you get that.
Yeah, and one more thing, if you see, there are a lot of tools or frameworks in the market when it comes to AI or ML. Any kind of white papers or maybe any documents where you believe can help us understand the differences or the use cases between different frameworks.
Okay, if it is only Google Cloud. Have any questions? Great. Thanks, Deepak. Okay, great. Thank you so much again for being a part of the session. Really appreciate your patience, appreciate your time. Some of the regions, I know it's late evening, but really appreciate your time. And thanks everyone who's going to be part of the session.